Hello everybody, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 with a bit of a challenge. Now I love Zenvo. They're crazy, they're 1,000 horsepower twin-charged monsters of the ancient age. Steel chassis, rear-wheel drive, no traction control, enormous power. It's an animal. It's not very fast, but it's an animal. And, well, they haven't really gotten off to a great start, but they have made a new car. It's called the TSR-S, and it is a fantastic car. It has twin superchargers on their V8, so it makes 1,200 horsepower. It also weighs 300 pounds less than the ST1, and let's not forget the crazy wing of goodness. I mean, you want to talk about mighty wings, fantastic, massive spoilers, and aerodynamics. The Zenvo takes the cake for quite possibly the maddest design in the history of mankind. The Senna's wing was very big and active aeroy. This was on another level. Literally, this is in another plane of active aerodynamics. Going sideways. It doesn't work. I mean, there isn't any scientific basis for it to cause a significant difference in handling, especially compared to the complexity of the design. But the fact it exists is fantastic, and I love it for that. It also does 240 miles an hour, but mainly the wing. Now, Zenvos are rear-wheel drive, and massively powerful. 1,200 horsepower, again, as I say it. So, what if instead of taking this track-focused winged monstrosity from the track to the dirt? What happens then? We start here at the Tarnhouse Scramble Circuit, which is our most sensible track of the day, I will add, which speaks volumes to what we're doing, because we start on the dirt, but we do have some tarmac later. And I gotta say, I did a practice race with these things just to get some experience with the car on the dirt. Oh, it's not fun. It's a very difficult vehicle to drive, shall we say. We're going to go around the outside. Nope, we're going to cut to the inside. Look at that. We've got 3 positions in one corner. We're up in 9th. Right, let's be smooth and throttle. Smooth and throttle. Going to sneak up the inside, clobber the fence of the red car. I'm rocking the green. The green looks fantastic on this, in my opinion. I think it's metallic green. Looks brilliant. Oh, I'm up the inside of the yellow car, but he's going to have that better run. I can't put my power down. We're third, fourth gear seems quite nice. I'm going to go up the inside here. He's going to have that run again. Can I put the power down better? Yes, maybe. It's a drag race at the next point. I'm on the inside. Yes, can't do much about that. We're on the dirt, or on the tarmac though. Okay, you're on the tarmac, that's not what you want. This is the only dry section we have. And this is still wet, because I decided to make it post-rain because it's tarmac, so I might have a little bit of a challenge. That was a terrible corner. I got oversteered. Okay, I nearly got landed on. That would have been a very expensive accident. No, I got the inside, but I got stopped by the yellow car. This dastardly AI teamwork with the Zenvo. Oh, the wing is distracting, I gotta admit. The wing is incredibly distracting. I had to lift in there. I had to get on the brakes so I didn't run in the back of that guy and lose more momentum. And I can shoot up the inside, maybe. It's a bit of a tap. It's a touring car pass, in a very, very, very expensive touring car pass, but a touring car pass nonetheless. Around the outside is 3 wide in Zenvo's on dirt. Somehow he kept it all together. That was unexpected. He's gonna go wide. Oh, he's blocking me. He's blocking me, the evil sod. Doing all good racing driver stuff, though. Nerve on that man. I'm just going to shoot up the inside. Thank you very much. Very big slide. We're up in 6th place with 3 laps to go. He's going to try and sneak up the inside. He won't have it. I'm just going to power it through here. There we go. That was not too bad. Carrying some good momentum through here. Going to try and catch up to that path, but since I'm in the clean air. They're fighting it out for, looks like first, maybe, so 2nd place. That's 2nd place up there. Right. Let's catch him and take him. That sounds wrong if you were in a racing situation, but whatever. this is a very I drove the Napier off-road. That was terrifying because it had no brakes. This is terrifying because of the sheer lack of rear-end grip. Ooh. Here on the tarmac, that 1200 horsepower just does not want to get to the ground very easily. I'm gonna get on the brakes because we're gonna run wide, won't we? Yep, we're running wide. Not ideal. Getting oversteer. He's just wiggling about. Gonna lose that position. No! No, don't you dare spin out, you evil thing! I'm blaming the red car there. That is completely the red car's fault. With that ambitious, I'll be kind and say ambitious dive. Well, there goes our race. Yeah, I took a wider line to try and get a better exit, and he decided to shove it up the inside like he's a Formula 1 driver or something like that. That's a silly joke, Formula 1 drivers don't overtake, but... it was doing so well, and now it's all gone wrong. We're in 10th. We lost 4 positions. This has gone horribly wrong. We were within a fighting chance of the lead, or at least second place, the podium finish. And we got it scuppered away with 2 laps to go. So we're going to try and make some magic happen. Now, ideally, I want a top 10. I want to be better than like 8th. I think 8th may be doable. Really, maybe 9th. Nope, not 9th. It spun out. It was fine over that jump for so long. And then it was not. Okay, yeah, jumps are difficult. Funnily enough, jumps are difficult in the Zenvo. Well, if this does not give a good illustration for the challenge of this vehicle, I don't know what is. Well, I couldn't do a damn thing about that. That was unfortunate, I think it's a technical term. This race has not gone to plan. I got dive-bombed into a crash on lap 4, and on lap 5, my car decided to spin out on a landing jump. Yeah, not the greatest run the world has ever seen, but at least a wing of many angles. I'm pretty sure the movement is a bit exaggerated on this game, because it moves very quickly, and I can't see that being good for the joints, but whatever. So we might as well just chuck it in, because we're already in last. So just drift it all the way around the corner. That's a lovely drift, actually. And across the line. I'll be honest, that could have gone better. We did have a decent lap, not the best. Yeah, that could have gone better. It's a start, all right. There's nowhere to go but up. Our next race is, well, all dirt, but it is dry, so it kind of evens itself out. And we're going to see how the Zenvos fare here at Ambleside Village Circuit. I braked a little early there. Can we undercut? We can undercut. Undercut 2 cars in 1 corner, just about. This is definitely looking like a 3rd gear track. So maybe down that straight. We might get into 4th. The giddy heights of 4th gear on that straightaway. We definitely don't want anything lower than 2nd right here. 3rd, you know, I think 3rd's quite nice around that here. But the nice thing about having this thing being twin supercharged is, well, no turbo lag. So you actually get your power pretty early on in the rev range, which is nice. It's not like a Ferrari F40 or something like that, where you get many powers later on down the line instantly. This thing is pretty gradual. It's actually quite nice to drive, even on these very loose surfaces. Yeah, we're hitting 104 miles an hour, so we can't quite go for a dive on our favorite corner. That might be the best overtaking spot on the track. We're going to try 4th gear for the whole run. We're going to try that. We might want to shift down to 3rd for the hairpin, but that's pretty much it. Going to move up on the purple car. Well, I'm a little wide. It's fine. Yeah, I want 3rd here. A little bit of oversteer is not ideal. Wheel spin, I'm on. Alright, we're in the same spot we were last time. We're going to try to not get dive bombed and sent wide and spun out. Of course, we're also not going to hit a tree by a... I'm not hitting that tree. Nope. You saw nothing. Okay, I want to have a good race. You saw nothing. Running wide. 112, that's very fast on the dirt for... That's almost as fast as the WRC cars, actually. Well, this does have, what? 3.5 times the power of a WRC car. Those have, what, 380 horsepower, I think, these days? I love how I keep shifting down in the third, thinking that it's a better thing to do. It's really not. I also can't catch those guys up there. I'm at that tantalizing point where if any of them make a mistake, I'll have them. How did the chicken run through a wall? How does that work? Since we have antimatter chickens. I'm just gonna do that. I know we have light speed chickens, because they can get out of the way no matter what, pretty much, but this has been a terrible run down the circle. We just haven't been catching. We just haven't been catching. I'm gonna try and go through here. We're gonna carry some speed. I just can't get the power down the same way they can. They got... What is this? Williams 1994? We're running illegal ABS. Because obviously I'm not running any assist here. Not running any traction control ABS or anything like that. So it is just me and the throttle. And they are catching hard. And I fear they might be using cheeky ABS. Yeah, they're flying over the bloody wall. Chickens can't fly. Except for an island short of duct tape, but I just can't get speed out of this thing on the dirt. This is irritating. I can't get any speed out of it on this dirt. We only have one more lap to go. We're just gonna try and hold our 6th place now. And that's not the way to do it running wide. Running wide is definitely not the way to hold on to your 6th place, but we made it work. We're drifting like mad. This has not been the best of races, but it is going to be a better finishing position unless Red over there dives bombs me again. Just going to chuck it in there. That was actually quite a good run out of the hairpin. That was quite a good run. Really sudden twitch of power. I was again with the goddamn on the last lap getting... I'm going to shoot up the inside. No. Just power, I have to do something. Come on! Oh, that was close. That was a heck of a photo finish. I didn't think I would have him at that point. I had no speed on that track at all. That was a terrible run by me. Slowest lap by a long shot. But that was a heck of a close finish, I'll tell you what. Okay. We didn't have to pace, but we were able to literally floor it across the line, a flurry of wheel spin. That was quite close. For our penultimate race, we are here in the snow, yes, because I hate myself, at the Morborough Gardens, whatever it is. So, let's see how this fares. Alright, we're already at the inside, or in 9th place. That's a bit of a squeeze, I'll be honest, I do apologize for that. I am on the snow, though, in a racing car, so being on the outside of any of these cars is a bit of a death sentence. I'm gonna try and sneak it up the inside, using the snow to slow us down a bit after. Don't go to 2nd gear, you blithering idiot. That would be a terrible idea. No! 3rd gear is also a terrible idea. This has been the world's slowest race. We're gonna go up the inside of everyone, just bump draft, and that's quite a train. Having a Zenvo S... Almost said S1, TSR-S train going at the wall. I'm gonna go up the inside of him, maybe. Can I get it stopped? Yes, I can. That's a lovely overtake, actually. We're in 4th on the 1st lap. That's quite good. The snow is horrible in these cars. You thought the rain was bad, you thought the dirt was bad. This thing just has the same... It just has nothing. There's no grip. And funnily enough, there's no grip on a race car on snow with 1200 horsepower going to the rear wheels. Who could have guessed? Yeah, we just gotta try and maintain speed. I want to catch those guys. Ideally, I'm in shot of a podium. I think I can get a podium at the end of this race. Come on. Keep it in 4s, keep it in 4s. We don't want too much power being deployed at once. I can't get that corner right. I don't know if it's the transition from snow to tarmac, like snowy tarmac, or what, but I just cannot get that transition right. We do have a few jumps here. The car really doesn't like. It really has a fit with those jumps. I'm getting a twitch there. Ooh. Yeah, that's a lamppost. A lamppost tune on now. You saw that sudden jerk to the right. That was the lamppost physics. Yeah, that significantly increased the gap from 3rd to 4th, which is not ideal for me being the one in 4th. We're hitting 130 though, which is quite good. For again a race car on snow. Everyone's hitting this wall, but you just can't really avoid it. And if you do avoid it, you're probably slower, so hit that wall, I guess. Nice and stop. I'm gonna try to be smoother here. Smooth as fast in these runs. There we go. That was better. That was better. We're murdering lampposts, which does not help our overall pace, I will be honest. But it doesn't, I think we're catching marginally. Certainly that millisecond. If I lose out on these jumps, I can't keep the car under control long enough, and it's very irritating. Woo. Yeah, I'm just not good enough on these bumps to deploy my throttle. Just not having a good day for throttle deployment management. Big drift on the big four-wheel drift, if I'm honest. Four-wheel drift. I'm still hitting 123 though. We don't clobber the fence, we clobber the wall. I don't know which one's better. Massive sidewaysness. Almost hit. I'm gonna hit that in the last lap, mark my words. They're going too wide up front. This might be my chance. They're battling hard. Come on, baby. Come on. Nice and smooth. If we can just get this section here smooth, we'll have a chance. We'll be close enough. I don't need to overtake on this lap, but the next lap is a bit do or die. So, preferably is to do part, not the die part. That would be disappointing for the 3rd race. Now, okay, they're going wide. I'm up the inside. I'm in the battle already. He ran wide. He's on the wall. I'm in 3rd now. Can I get 2nd, maybe? You'll have to see. Yep, because he's lifting off. I can't quite get it there. He's braking like a pillock. That's the polite word. Come on, baby. Come on. Move! You purple monstrosity. We're in 2nd. We just need a hold. We can't catch the leader. The leader's too far gone. We did not hit the statue. Always a good thing. Just smooth and steady. This section we don't like. The wall. The leader actually hit the wall. I'm gonna hit the wall if I'm not careful. There we go. Yep, I clipped it. Okay, just be nice and smooth. We're probably. I'm curious how much power I'm actually using. I'm not gonna dare look at the telemetry, but I can imagine not much. Not much power is what we're using. Come on, baby. Come on. Just 2 more corners left. We're taking a real shallow line, but that's fine by me if it gets me on the corner. They're going too wide. Unless I miss a checkpoint, we are going to finish 2nd to that yellow car in the lead. A little bit down on the brakes just to make sure. Big oversteer moment. Boot it towards the line. That was a great race. That was a really good race. Well done. That was good. That was very good. 2nd place, I will take that any day of the week, and we had some pretty good battles in between. And for our final race, it may look like a tarmac race. However, if you're not seeing where this is going, and you don't know this track, because this is mud kickers. Let's be honest here, if you're gonna do off-road racing in supercars, you might as well do it right. And mud kickers is definitely right. We're 3 wide already. Ow. That's a physics moment. We're still 3 wide. I shot through the middle of it. I'm gonna be sneaky, go around the outside. There we go. That's a brilliant maneuver. Absolutely brilliant maneuver. Ooh. Oh, I don't have the... I've landed on top of a Zenvo. That's... We said at the beginning on that 2nd race, that could be a very expensive accident. Well, that was the first race. That could be a very expensive accident. I've had a very expensive accident, that's what I've had. I think these cars are what, 3 million? Something like that? 2.5, 3 million? It's crazy money. Alright, there we go. Now we're on the tarmac. We have dry, silky, smooth understeer. That's what happens there. Okay, we can't quite go flat out. Noted. I thought we could have the fancy wing of goodness, but no, we have understeer problems, apparently, in our $2 million Danish hypercar of glorious. Just pedal into the metal, try and catch up here. Running wide. That running wide didn't really work. That's a risk I didn't think of. If you misjudge ever so slightly in this car, you will spin out. Look at the winged beast fly. Please don't land on me. Thank you. I was a little slow there. I wanted to make sure no one would land on me, specifically the purple car. Well, I think we might be able to go for a win here if we can keep everything nice and tight to keep up with these guys. Because I'm significantly better down the straightaway. Ooh, a bit of oversteer there. That was unexpected. You know, I say that's unexpected. This is a very good handling car. You know, I complain about the understeer and the on-power oversteer, but remember, this is a 1,200 horsepower, 30,400 pound car. That's not stopping. It's usually a stops for what has the silliest wing. I would pay the money just for the wing on this car. I honestly would. If someone would sell this wing to me, even if it's just like a kit that I could bolt on myself, I would buy this wing. It's stupid and press play would break down on me instantly, I just know that. However, I want it really badly. That was a fantastic run down the straightaway. We're going to be battling for maybe the lead. Not if I take that line. That line's bad. There we go. Just about got that checkpoint. Not a great line though, it's a bit shallow of a line. He's running wide. Maybe is that a better line? I don't know. It gives you more on the tarmac, I guess. Now, you have to do a little lift, a little more of a lift, apparently. Yeah, this is quite a heavy car. I actually don't know if it's made of steel still or not, but... Uh-oh. Yeah, that's understeer for you. Yeah. Turns out on tarmac at high speeds, this thing will understeer. I was actually reading a Road and Track article about this car for research before this, and they did say that the wing might cause understeer because of the, I think it was the chassis forces, or the forces. I can't do my physics lecture because I've fallen off the road. I was going to say the chassis flex from the excess force being exerted on the wing going sideways, but my physics lecture was being interrupted by the car spearing off to the right uncontrollably. And that does take precedence over a bit of physics trivia. I will be honest. Still haven't gotten that corner right. Still, I'm not expecting the understeer because we actually have pretty good traction, all things considered. So I expect to have that similar amounts of turning, and it just gets dragged out wide by the weight. It's a bit sad, if I'm honest, because you have all this power and all this surprisingly good traction. I mean, this is dirt, and it's not doing too bad. We've hit 150 on some of these tracks, and then it just doesn't turn. I think that's the technical phrasing there. We've caught up a lot to the yellow car, all things considered. But unless he spins out, we are going to be stuck to second place again behind the yellow car. The yellow car is doing quite well, apparently. Well, if this was a championship, I would not be having a good season. I'd be right smack dab in the middle with a 12th place, so no points, a 6th place, like 3 points, and then 2 second place finishes. I finally got that corner right, at least. I just have to run to the line, and we are across the line last time in 4th here. That was a good race. That was a good race. Oh, those things are terrifying. Yeah, I was closing him on hard by 0.8 of a second a lap, but not enough. Just ran out of time. I love this car. Literally all you have to do to get this car is take a picture, and then you're done. You have it. That might be the easiest thing for the best car ever in the history of Forza. And I quite like that, you know, because it's not the best handling car, it's not the fastest, it's not going to be the best in any class. But all I need to say is, well, look at it. And look at the wing. The wing of gloriousness. Because it's the silliest thing you can ever imagine. And it actually, I goofed about it during the Mudrunners bit, but it's actually a pretty good car to drive. It's very fun, very chuckable, and when in doubt, if you just want to have some fun, you just start drifting, and the wing is very confused with you. I'm a serious track vehicle. don't drive with your clown shoes on. I think someone said that at one point. I don't know his name. But yeah, the wing, it's comical, it's useless, it's a mental machine, it's a bit too fast for the dirt, but we had to go with it anyways. Pretty surprisingly good racing, and it looks absolutely, well, fantastic. It's very aggressive. But that is going to be it, though, for this episode of Forza Horizon 4. We'll be back with more.